Hello, and welcome to another IELTS writing video. Today we're going to run through 14 quick questions to test your lexical resources. If you find this video helpful, please visit my blog at IELTS.com. Today is kind of a new lesson. I have not tried this in a video format before, so hopefully it's helpful. Please leave me some feedback and let me know what you think of the style of lesson. So basically, the way the questions work are like this. You're going to see the essay, and in each of the 14 sentences in this essay, there is a space. And what you need to do is choose a word that would fit in that space. So for example, President Obama and Governor Romney debated a number of topics. And I'll give you a few seconds to think what would be a fitting word. And of course, the answer here would be of. So let's get to the essay question and to the essay itself. Now, this is an essay question that was seen in Dubai 6 days ago on October 13th, 2012. Some people think international sporting events are very important contributors to world peace. Do you agree or disagree? So this question is very straightforward. We're being asked simply to comment one way or the other whether we support this statement or not. And some of the key things we need to keep in mind is that we're talking about international sports and sporting events, and whether or not these sporting events lead to harmony between nations. Okay, just before we get to the essay itself, I've decided on these two supporting points. So the first is, well, firstly, I've agreed with the statement that sporting events do help contribute towards peaceful relationships between countries. And the first point to support that is that they encourage cultural exchange. The second is that they help to shed prejudiced views caused by media generalizations. So perhaps sometimes in media, certain countries can be demonized, and I'm just trying to argue that certain sporting events can help to alleviate that kind of imagery. And this is something that promotes peace. Okay, so let's get to the essay itself. I'll give you a few seconds at each space to think of an appropriate word. The arranging of international sporting events has been going on for a long time, very long period of time. Okay, and of course we're missing an article here. This should be a very long period of time. Throughout history, these events have helped bring countries together outside political arena. And this should be another article. Now we get to our thesis. It is argued that these sorts of athletic tournaments do indeed act as valuable contributors world peace. Okay, the word contribute or contributor is coupled with to. So this is our thesis now. So we're arguing that that these athletic tournaments do contribute to world peace. Now we get to our outline sentence. And I'm just going to put this on the next line so that you can see it all together. This will be proven by looking at cross-border sport gatherings, promote cultural exchange, and help shed prejudiced media generalizations. Okay, this might have been a tricky one. This is how. So this will be proven by looking at how cross-border sport gatherings promote cultural exchange. That's our point number 1. And help shed prejudiced media generalizations. That's point number 2. Okay, now let's get to our first supporting paragraph. Firstly, international athletic gatherings encourage cultural understanding countries, and this has a harmonizing effect on world relations. Okay, the best answer here would be between countries. You could probably also write among, but it's just a little bit clearer if we use between. So let's go with that. Now we get to our first example. For example, the Beijing Olympic Games helped reveal the Chinese culture to the world. A culture had long been hidden and commonly misunderstood. The answer here is that. Now I have a feeling that some students watching probably thought that the answer would be it. And this is a mistake I often see. We already have a culture. We don't have to write it after we have this here. So try not to make those sorts of mistakes. Because of the games, many people have warmed their thoughts China, and this has helped China to become viewed as a progressive country interested in contributing positively to the world community. Okay. The initial answer that I wrote in the essay, the initial word was on, so have warmed their thoughts on China, but a word that would also work would be regarding. So if you had thought of that, you would be correct. As the harmonizing effects of this development show, international sporting events can play roles world unity. As the harmonizing effects of this development show, international sporting events can play roles world unity. And this would be in, play roles in. Now, you've probably heard the phrase play a role, and this is often coupled with the preposition in. So maybe something to make a note of. Okay, now that concludes the first supporting paragraph. So we've shown the link here at the end about how our example of the Beijing Olympics and how it's helped to change people's view of Beijing and create maybe a warmer feel within them, or a more familiar feel within them towards the country of China. How this has helped to has helped countries to kind of their mentality to move towards a sense of understanding and world unity and peace. And that's how we conclude this supporting paragraph. Now let's go to our second. In addition to this, international athletic competitions help to stop people demonizing each other. Okay, stop people from demonizing each other. For instance, many media outlets unfairly portray entire Middle East as a dangerous part of the world. For instance, many media outlets unfairly portray entire Middle East as a dangerous part of the world. And this is missing an article, the. Okay, so that's our example. Now let's get to our discussion. International tournaments such as Dubai Tennis Championships and the F1 race, Bahrain, help curb this by allowing the world to see that this inaccurate depiction is a misguided generalization. And actually, it's a bonus question because this should probably have the word the here as well. So if you picked up on that, you can add one bonus mark. Okay, so we're going to say in Bahrain. So such as Dubai Tennis Championships and the F1 race in Bahrain help curb this by allowing the world to see that this inaccurate depiction is a misguided generalization. In this light, it is clear that cross-border tournaments help to inspire understanding between people is a key component to peace. And perhaps this comma was a little hint for some of you. This should be which. Okay, so that concludes our second supporting paragraph. And as you can see in this concluding sentence, we're showing how our example is linking having a better understanding among cultures about each other, and maybe taking away some of the prejudiced views that are shown in media, how this helps people and helps countries move towards peace together. Okay, so when the examiner gets this sentence, they see a very clear link between this and our thesis, and that reinforces the point and the argument that we're trying to make in this essay. Okay, now let's get to our concluding paragraph. Following this look, it has shown that multinational sport gatherings contribute to harmony between countries. And this should be been. So following this look, it has been shown that multinational sport gatherings contribute to harmony between countries. It is hoped that the number of annual international competitions grows. And here we're sort of drawing a conclusion based on the point brought up prior. So this would be thus. Or if you thought to use the word therefore, that's fine too. It is therefore hoped that the number of annual international competitions grows. Now, one point I'll just bring up is that some students might be wondering, well, why is this grows when this is annual international competitions? And actually what we're referring to here is the number. Okay, so that's what's going on there. So I hope that this lesson was helpful and was not too confusing. Please leave me some feedback and let me know whether you would like to see more videos like this, or whether you prefer the videos that we were doing before, where I gave 2 or 3 options for wording and you could choose them. I know some people found that helpful. I received your emails. So let me know what you think. If this lesson isn't that helpful, I'm not going to bother making more of them. If it is, then just send me a message or post a comment to this video. Thanks very much, and have a nice evening.